tell you everything I saw. I've been seeing this house for many, 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 many years. When I was still with Chris, even he knows about this house because there was a while back when the boys were very little, when we were living in Scotland. It looked like he was going to be coming into some money, and we were looking for houses just like this, and I couldn't understand. We couldn't understand, like, the house that I was seeing wasn't making any sense to where we were living in Scotland. You just don't see these kind of houses in Scotland. And I'm just wondering, because I've just had my shower, and I'm just wondering the reason why the materials turned up in a truck is because I think where I'm moving to, they also don't have houses like that homestead. But people were helping me build the house of my dreams. So wherever I move to, my house is going to be, it's going to stand out from all the other houses in that country, because it's not the kind of house that you would see there. But these people were determined to help me build the house of my dreams. I can't get the vision out of my head when I was standing at the front porch. So I want to explain it to you. There's like a driveway to the left, and there's a fence line where I've got like my cows and horses and all of that, and there's a barn right at the back where they all live, their stables and the barn and all that. But to the left of my driveway, there's like a garage that I turned into my bar, and then there's like a pool and a barbecue area, like at the back of the house. Even my boys know the design of this. And actually, I was just thinking when I had my shower, I've got letters under my bed from Martin when he was locked up, and he had a dream about the exact same house. And I think even one of my former students, Michael, I'm talking to him in the letter saying, oh my God, because he had a dream about this house. And in the letter, I'm saying to him, oh my God, Michael had the exact same dream. Michael was one of my students from down the south of England way. He's the one that bought me Bad Jelly the Witch book for my birthday. It's at the dungeon. But there's trees at the back. See, the way I've designed the foundation, the way that I want it built, I'm pretty sure there's like a river or a lake or something nearby. And I think, but the way I've designed it, it's designed in two parts. One side of the town where the kids camp side is sort of Wild West designed. So where the kids camp bit is, the dorm where all the kids stay, the students that'll be coming to learn everything, they're staying on the side that's like the Wild West, which is now why I'm thinking my homestead just looks perfect. It must be on the Wild West side because I'm closer to the kids. But then at the front of me is the medieval Arboretum, like the town is designed like York, like, where you've got like the Royal Oak Tree and various things. And there's a miniature train that goes all the way around. And I'm kind of at the front of the kids, but at the back of the kids. So I'm closer to the kids, keeping an eye on the kids. I'm kind of like, you would have to go past my homestead to get to the bit where the kids are behind the trees. So when the kids want to come into town, they have to go through the trees. They can either take the little train round, or they can go through the trees and walk down kind of like a side bit of my property where I can keep an eye on them, sort of thing. But where we've all got where we've all got our own privacy. They're not bothering me by going to and from, and I'm not bothering them watching them go to and from, but they know I'm there, if that makes sense. And I've got my cows, I've got my horse. I want to call my horse Nicodemus. I want to call one of my cows Charles Darwin. I know I have chickens, there's a barn, there's dogs. Visitor? A friendly visitor, maybe. A visit from a friend. Don't usually hear dogs, so yeah, so the way I've designed it makes sense to me. It's not going to make sense to anyone unless they see the blueprints. But one side of it is kind of American Wild West themed. And the other side, my hotel is, and that is medieval. I'm not going to go into reasons as to why I've done it that way. You'll just have to wait until it's built, but it'll make sense once you see it all. But I'm pretty sure the kids, where the kids' dorm is, where we would be filming Night of the Black Sun and Mother Knows Best, because they're both based around the kids' camp, and Dork the musical. It would all be filmed around there, behind the back of me. So, yeah. I can't get the vision out of my head. It's stuck in my brain. Me standing on the front step, and it's still a little bit cold, but it's not cold enough to need anything heavy. And spring is springing, and the flowers are coming up, and the birds are happy, and I can smell the bakery. I'll have to employ some people that know how to work and fix miniature trains. Again, it'll all make sense once you see it all in the blueprint. I'll need to get myself a good architect. But I'm pretty sure the kids' dorms, the summer camp bit where they, well, I say summer camp, but it's all year round, where they would be staying is at the back of me, which means the safe house is at the back of me as well. The Dragonarium, where we'd be putting the kids we rescue. The safe house would be at the back of me as well. And on the other side of the field, where my cows and horse are, is the bit they walk down to go into town, where the games company is, and the production company and radio station and all that. I just had to explain it. I had to get it all out, because I've been seeing this place for a long time, but back then it was just a house. I didn't know what I was building back then. Even Martin saw it. He even drew it, but he said that there was a basketball court attached to the garage. And then there's like my veggie garden, all that, my fruit trees and veggie garden on the other side of the house. And off my kitchen is my apothecary with all my herbs and indoor plants in my little greenhouse bit where I sit and make up all my potions, my organic stuff. So, yeah, I can't get it out of my head now. And I can't help it. It's like that gift bag. It's like the gift that was being given to me was my dream. Like my dream, he was giving me the gift of my future. Yeah. And because the thing is, I think the reason why it was Paul that I dreamt about is because all the letters came through the letterbox and his name was Paul James Morehouse, which means small post office in the middle of the moor. And because it was letters, it doesn't necessarily mean letters in my postbox. It could be an email or a text message. But getting a letter, being inundated with messages, and one of them making my dream come true, he would be representative of like the messenger, the 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 postie, the man delivering the letter, and the letter being my gift, my dream. He's presenting me with my future, which would mean like maybe a letter from the lawyer to say it's over and here's the money you can go, or I got an inheritance I didn't know about. I don't know, but it's resurrecting something from the past, something I'd given up on, or something or someone I wasn't expecting to hear from, but not being unhappy about it, that's for sure. Because whatever it is that I'm about to get a message regarding, it's going to make my dreams come true. And my dream is what I'm seeing laid out in front of me. I keep feeling like when my boys and I used to stay at the Premier Inn and we'd get up, to start our day to go sightseeing, and we'd get up at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and then head down to have the all you can eat breakfast. And as soon as we'd sort of get to the bottom floor, you could smell like the coffee and the toast and the bacon. And that's literally what I could smell when I opened the door, which we will be doing at the Royal Oak Tree Inn anyway, serving all you can eat breakfast. We'll be doing it at Mama Bear's Kitchen Cafe and Bakery too. People will come to us, like truck drivers and people driving past, and anyone staying with us, and that they can go and have all you can eat breakfast. Not in the hotel but in the town but. I'm a firm believer in serving everyone a good breakfast. Ask my boys. They grew up on having the best meals. They grew up on having the best breakfast. Waffles, pancakes, fry-ups. So yeah, I can smell it, I can see it. It's like it's optical, it's like triggered my senses. I can smell it, I can feel it on my skin, that the oh so yeah, so I think maybe that's why it was Paul, because his name basically means a small post office in the middle of a moor. And I live by the moors. And I don't think this is by the moors. I think this is sort of remote enough that, we've got our privacy. It doesn't look like moors. It looks like farmland and forest. And there may be water nearby. like a river or a lake or something. One of the places that I was eyeing up to build to turn into the foundation in Moscow had like a small lake on the back of it, but I had been looking at a lot of land around Canada as well that was perfect, that had like lakes and rivers on it, and thinking it would be perfect for my son because he wants to learn how to sail boats. And I promised him I'd get him a boat. I'd get my son, my youngest, a tanker, and I'd get him a boat and he could learn to sail. But yeah, there was loads of places to sail in Canada that was perfect for what I was looking for land wise. I would have just had to have built everything from scratch. There's places in France, there's places in Spain and Italy and all that where they're basically like ghost towns. There's ghost towns in America too. There was one in South Dakota that would have been absolutely phenomenal for what I wanted. When we, thought we were going to be heading to South Dakota, it would make sense for what I was seeing if it was South Dakota, but it would mean that it would have to be after Donald Trump was removed. Because there's no way in how I'm moving to America with him in charge. I'm not I'm not going near Lucifer. So it'd have to be after he was sent to hell. So yeah, I had to describe it. My house would be on the side of the Wild West, but where I was overlooking the bit that looked medieval. It doesn't make sense to anyone listening, but trust me, if you saw the plans and you saw it built, you'd be like, oh my God. So, and I want to rescue horses and use the horses for therapy so that, for horse therapy, because horses are phenomenal healing creatures. And so, yeah, people can come and ride them in that for, like, as part of their therapy, their healing therapy. So I want to rescue horses as well. And then we can wagon them up at Halloween and Christmas and, yeah. They'll be on the Wild West part. I asked my big brother if he'd come and help me set up my stables and everything, and he said yes, so I'm hoping I can talk him into retiring to come and live with me and just be my stable manager. He can bring his missus along. Anyway, but yeah, I had to explain it because it's like embedded in my head now. Because I was having my shower and I thought, even Martin saw that house. Chris knew about that house as well because we were looking for houses when the boys were little, when we thought he was coming into money that were just like it. We found a couple similar but not quite. And even Martin said, everyone knows about my dream house. Well, I'm going to go now because my scars are killing me. Oh, right, I'm going to go. I had to explain it or I had to finish it off. I don't want to be anywhere else but there. So, long story short, this dream, the last two dreams I had, I'm about to get a message. Either someone's about to deliver a message that's letting me know my dream is about to come true. I'm about to get my wish fulfilled. Leaving here with my boys, building my school, getting my dream home, and just relishing in the peace and harmony and creativity and good wholesome food and sunlight and nature. So that'll be why it was Paul. He will be representative of the messenger, whoever it is that's delivering the message, handing me the gift handing me the message that's going to be the gift of my dreams. That's why I've been dreaming about him, because that's what his name means. Right, so I'm going to go and maybe listen to some classical music now. I'm going to go. I'll speak to you later. I'm sorry, I've fallen in love with that vision in my head. It's everything. Everything I want and everything I've been building since I was with the two men who tried to stop me from having it. It's right there. I'm burning some you see my oil burner. I've got some daffodil oil. Right, I'm going to go. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō.